Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture. So today we are going to start with the next chapter, that is chapter 5, acid, bases and salts. You have already studied about acid, bases and salt in your earlier classes. First, can you recall question? How are the following substances classified into three groups with the help of litmus? Lemon, it is acidic. Okay, you are able to you know how to distinguish between acidic, basic and neutral. You might have studied about pH also. Generally sour substances are acidic substances and bitter substances are basic substances. Okay. So lemon is acidic, tamarind is acidic, baking soda is basic, buttermilk is acidic, vinegar is acidic, orange acidic, milk acidic. If it is processed milk, then it could be taken as basic because the milkmen or in the dairy they add basic substances to it. Okay, lime is basic, tomato is acidic, milk of magnesia is basic, water is neutral and alum is acidic. So you distinguish the substances into three, whether it is acidic, basic or neutral. So compounds are generally classified into three: acidic, basic or salt. Acid, base and salts. This chapter, the first part of the chapter is about acid, bases and salts. First of all, they have given a table on page number 58. In that you have to write whether it is an acid, a base or a salt. Now how will we come to know whether it is an acid, base or a salt? You have to dissociate the ions and see whether it is having H positive ion, OH minus ion or any other else ion. If it is H positive ion, then it is said to be acidic. If it is OH minus ion, if it is having OH minus ion, then it is a base. And if it is not having H positive or OH minus, then it is a salt. I repeat, if the compound is having H positive ion, then it is an acid. If it is having OH minus ion, it is a base, and if it is not having H positive or OH minus ion, then it is a salt. So we will see the chart. First one is hydrochloric acid. The molecular formula is HCl. The basic radical, that is the positive radical, is H plus and acidic radical is Cl minus. So it is an acid. What is the type of the compound? It is an acid. Now you may fill up the table while I am telling you with a pencil. Next is nitric acid, HNO3. Basic radical is H plus. Acidic radical is NO3 minus. NO3 minus. You may check the radical symbol on page number 56. We had studied it in the other chapter, that is chapter 4. NO3 minus, that is nitrate. Okay. Type of the compound is acidic because it is having H plus ion. Next is bromic acid, HBr. Basic radical is H plus, acidic radical is Br minus. Type of compound is acid. Next, H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid. It has basic radical H plus and acidic radical SO4 2 minus. Type of the compound is acidic. Next is H3BO3, that is bromic acid. Okay, H3BO3, that is bromic acid. The basic radical is H plus and acidic radical is BO3 minus. BO3 3 minus. Type of a compound is acid. Next is NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide. The basic radical is Na plus and the acidic radical is OH minus. So here you may see it is having Na plus and OH minus. As it is having OH minus radical, it is a base. Okay, it is a base. Next is KOH, that is potassium hydroxide, acidic radical K plus and basic radical K plus and acidic radical OH minus. Type of a compound is base. Next is CaOH twice, that is calcium hydroxide. Basic radical is Ca2 plus and acidic radical is OH minus. So it is a base. Next is NH4OH, that is ammonium hydroxide. The basic radical is NH4 plus and the acidic radical is OH minus. Type of compound is base. Next is NaCl, okay, NaCl. The basic radical is Na plus and the acidic radical is Cl minus. So it does not have H positive or OH minus, okay. So it is a salt, okay. So it is a salt. CaNO3 twice, that is calcium nitrate. The basic radical is Ca2 plus and acidic radical is NO3 minus, and it does not have H plus or OH minus, so it is a salt. Next is K2SO4, that is potassium sulfate. The basic radical is K plus and acidic radical is SO4 2 minus. It does not have H plus or OH minus, so it is a salt. CaCl2, that is calcium chloride. The basic radical is Ca2 plus, acidic radical is Cl minus. The type of the compound is salt. The molecular formula, next one is NH4 twice SO4, that is ammonium sulfate. The basic radical is NH4 plus and acidic radical is SO4 2 minus. So it does not have H plus or OH minus, so it is a salt. So basically, how to differentiate between acid, base and salt? If it is having H positive ions, then it is an acid. If it is having OH minus ions, then it is a base. If it is not having H plus or OH minus ions, then it is a base and it is a salt, okay. Now on page number 59, ionic compounds, okay. You have studied about ionic compounds in the other chapter also. Now what do you mean by an ionic compound? When an atom loses electrons or gain electrons, it becomes an ion. If an atom loses electrons, it becomes positive ion. If an atom gains electrons, it becomes negative ion. In the other chapter, I had told you losing is positive, losing, giving is positive. So if an atom loses electrons, it becomes positive ion. If an atom gains electron, it becomes negative ion. A positive ion and a negative ion combine together. They come together to form ionic bond to form an ionic compound. Okay, here they have given an example of sodium chloride. Okay, sodium chloride consists of sodium and chlorine. This is the electronic configuration of sodium. The electronic configuration is 281. That means 2 electrons in the first shell, 8 electrons in the second shell and 1 electron in the last shell. So it is having 1 electron in the outermost shell. So what will it do? It will lose that 1 electron and form Na plus, which will be 2,8. Here you may see it has lost 1 electron, so it will become Na1 plus. Chlorine, this is chlorine, okay, this is chlorine. Its electronic configuration is 287. Okay, 2 in the first shell, 8 in the second shell and 7 in the third shell. So it will add 1 electron, okay. It is having 7 electrons in its outermost shell, so it will add 1 electron, add 1 electron and form Cl minus 288. Okay, so here you may see here there is no electron and here there is 1 electron. Okay, so that is the difference. So this is having 287 and this will be 288. That means it has taken 1 electron. So as it has taken 1 electron, it will become a negative ion, that is 1 minus ion. Okay, Now that sodium, this is sodium, this is a complete reaction which they have given. Sodium, that is 281, chlorine, which is 287. This one electron is given, okay, this one electron is given to Cl, and this is sodium plus ion, this is Cl minus ion. They will combine together by ionic bond to form sodium chloride, which is an ionic compound. So what are ionic compounds? Ionic compounds are compounds formed by bonding together of a positive ion and a negative ion. Okay, that means two ions combine together, a positive and negative, combine together to form an ionic compound. And what is the bond between the two ions? The bond between the two ions is called as ionic bond. Now, page number 59, topic dissociation of ionic compounds. What are the resulting mixtures formed by mixing the following substances? 1. Water and salt. What will you see? You cannot see the two different phases. Okay, you will see only one phase, complete water and salt. You can see a transparent mixture, isn't it? Next is water and sugar. Will you be able to differentiate from the solution water and sugar? Can you see it separate? No, you cannot see it separate, so it becomes a uniform mixture. Water and sand. Yes, you can see the two different phases separately. Water and sawdust. Again, you can see the two different phases separately. Now, why this is so? Water and salt. In water and salt, the salt dissolves in water. Whereas in case of water and sand, the sand does not dissolve in water. Now, what is happening during dissolving? Okay, that is dissolution. Dissociation of atoms take place. Okay, dissociation of atoms. Dissociation of atoms means separation of atoms, separation of ions, sorry, separation of ions. I will read out the last paragraph. An ionic compound forms an aqueous solution on dissolving in water. In the solid state, the oppositely charged ions in the ionic compound are sitting side by side. When an ionic compound begins to dissolve in water, the water molecules penetrate in between the ions of the compound and separate from each other. So the ions separate from each other. Which ions? The positive ion and the negative ion. When the water molecules will enter in between those ions and they will dissociate the ions. Okay, that means the ionic compound dissociates when it enters into an aqueous solution. Page number 60, they have shown a diagram, figure 5.2, in which they have shown the dissociation of compounds. The dissociation of salt. Sodium chloride, when it is in the form of a salt, okay, solid state, the bonds, the atoms are nearer to each other. But when it is put into water, it forms an aqueous solution of water. When it is forming an aqueous solution, the Na plus ions and the Cl minus ions, they get separated from each other. That is what has been shown in the diagram. Okay, so till here there are two topics. First is compounds are divided into acid, bases and salts. Okay, acids are having H plus ions, bases are having OH minus ions, and salts do not have H plus ions or OH minus ions. Okay, and an ionic compound, when it is dissolved in water, the ions dissociate. That means they separate from each other. Okay, now we may move on to the next topic. The next topic is Arrhenius theory of acids and bases. So Arrhenius was a scientist who gave a proper definition to acids and bases. First, what is an acid? An acid is a substance which on dissolving in water gives rise to H plus ion as the only cation. Okay, it gives H plus ion when dissolved in water. That is said to be an acid as the only cation. Cations are positive. Okay, so here you may see HCl. It is in the form of a gas. The whatever has been given in brackets, it is the physical state of that compound. G means gas, AQ means aqueous, that means in water. Okay, aqueous means in water and L means liquid. Okay, so here HCl gas, when you are passing it through water, then what will happen? It will dissociate, it will separate, the ions will separate to form H plus ions in water and Cl minus ions in water. That is when it acts as an acid. So an acid is an acid when it is dissolved in water actually. That means when the ions, H positive ions separate. Okay, so here next one is sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4, which is in the form of a liquid. Okay, that when you mix it in water, it dissociates to form H plus ions, which is an aqueous, and HSO4 minus ions, that means aqueous. Okay, the spelling is AQUEOUS, aqueous. Okay, now HSO4 minus aqueous ions that undergo dissociation, they again undergo dissociation to form H plus and SO4 minus aqueous. Okay, so basically what are formed, you may see here H positive, here also H positive, here also H positive. So H positive ions are being formed. So what is the definition of an acid? An acid is a substance which on dissolving in water gives rise to H positive ion as the only cation. Okay, this is about acid. Now on page number 60, there is a use your brain power question. What are the names of the following compounds? They have given 3 compounds. The first one is ammonia, second is sodium oxide, and third is calcium oxide. When the above compounds are mixed with water, they combine with water. Okay, they combine with water and then they undergo dissociation. Complete the table by showing the ions formed by their combination with water. Now they have given 3 reactions. What happens when they react with water? So ammonia, it will react with water to form ammonium hydroxide. Okay, ammonia will react with water to form ammonium hydroxide, and ammonium hydroxide is made up of 2 ions, ammonium ion and hydroxide ion. Okay, so ammonia, which is a gas, when you are passing it through water, it will form ammonium hydroxide, which is consisting of NH4 plus, that is ammonium ion, and OH minus ion, that is hydroxide ion. Both are aqueous, that means it is in water. Okay, next is sodium oxide, which is a solid. When you dissolve it in water, it will form sodium hydroxide and it will form ions, that is sodium plus ion, which is aqueous, that means it is in water, and OH minus ions, that is in water. Third one, calcium oxide. When you react it with water, it forms calcium hydroxide. So calcium 2 plus ions, which is in aqueous, and 2 OH minus ions, that is also aqueous. Okay, so this are the reactions where you may see which type of ions are being formed. OH minus ions are being formed. Okay, OH minus ions. So what are those compounds which have OH minus ions? They are bases. So that leads to the definition of bases. A base is a substance which on dissolving in water give rise to OH minus ion as the only anion. You may see the difference. Here it is anion and here it is cation. Okay, anion and cation. You may see here H plus is the cation and here OH minus is the anion, that is OH minus, minus ions. Negative ions are called as anions. Okay, so what is a base? A base is a substance which on dissolving in water gives rise to OH minus ion as the only anion. Okay, so sodium hydroxide, I told you ammonia, when it reacts with water, it forms ammonium hydroxide. So here it is sodium hydroxide. Sodium plus water will give you sodium hydroxide. That sodium hydroxide solid, if you dissolve it in water, it will form sodium positive and OH minus ions in aqueous, that means in water. Calcium hydroxide on dissociation gives calcium ions and 2 OH minus ions. So which are the type of ions formed? Here also you may see OH minus ions are formed. So this is the definition of acid and a base put forward by Arrhenius, that is Arrhenius theory of acid and bases. Okay, now the next clip. Now the next topic is classification of acids and bases. Acids and bases could be classified into strong and weak. So acids could be classified into strong acid, weak acid. Base could be classified into strong base, weak base. And there is one more point that is called as alkali. What is an alkali? Bases which are soluble in water are called as alkalis. Now we will see the definition in the textbook on page number 61. Strong acid. On dissolving in water, a strong acid dissociates almost completely and the resulting aqueous solution contains mainly H plus ions. Okay, so when an acid is dissolved in water, if it dissociates completely and forms maximum number of H positive ions, then it is said to be a strong acid. Okay, now when an acid is dissolved in water, if the dissociation does not take place completely and no enough amount of H positive ions are formed, then it is said to be a weak acid. We will see the definition. On dissolving in water, a weak acid does not dissociate completely. The resulting aqueous solution contains H plus ion and the concerned acidic radical in small proportion. Okay, so it contains H plus ions in small proportion with large proportion of undissociated molecules of the acid. Such acids are called as weak acids. Okay, a similar definition for bases also. Strong base. When a base is dissolved in water and it dissociates completely to form a maximum concentration of OH minus ions, then it is said to be a strong base. And if it does not dissociate completely and only lesser amount of OH minus ions are formed, then it is said to be a weak base. You have to learn the examples of strong acid, weak acid, strong base, weak base. They have given in the textbook strong acid, hydrochloric acid, bromic acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid. Weak acid, acetic acid, okay, CO2. That means when it is dissolved in water, okay, that is H2CO3. It is a weak acid. Strong base, NaOH, KOH, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, sodium oxide. These are strong bases. Weak bases, ammonia is a weak base, and alkali. What are alkalis? The bases which are highly soluble in water are called as alkali. For example, NaOH, KOH, NH3. Okay, so this is the classification of acids and bases. Now the next topic is basicity and acidity. Next topic is basicity and acidity. This is a property which is given to acids and bases. Now basicity is the property which is given to acids and acidity is a property which is given to bases. So acidity is for bases and basicity is for acids. Now how will you calculate the basicity or acidity of a base or an acid? First we will see there is a table given on page number 61. Okay, first we will find out the basicity of acids. They have given different acids. You have to write the basicity. Basicity means how many hydrogen ions. Okay, in HCl the number of H plus ions obtained from one molecule will be 1, so its basicity is 1. You may write 1 below HCl in that table. Okay, next is HNO3. There is only one ion, H positive ions, so again below HNO3 you have to write 1. H2SO4. How many H ions? There are 2 atoms. Okay, so it will form 2 ions. So 2 H plus ions it will form. So its basicity is 2. You have to write 2 below H2SO4. Below H2CO3, what will be the number? It will be 2. Below H3BO3, what will be the number? 3. Why? Because it is H3. So it will form 3 H plus ions. So its basicity is 3. Next is H3PO4. So what will be its basicity? Its basicity will be 3. Next is CH3COOH. Now this is an organic acid. In organic acids, the acidic property, it is due to the radical COOH. Okay, in this case it will form CH3COO plus and minus and 1 H plus. It will form only 1 H plus. So its basicity is 1. So below CH3COOH you may write the number 1. Okay, so this is about the basicity of acids. Now the table below. Base, number of OH minus ions obtained from one molecule. NaOH, how many OH ions are there? There is only 1. Okay, so what number will you write below NaOH? It will be 1. For KOH, 1. For CaOH, twice. Okay, there are OH and in brackets they have put the number 2. That means how many OH minus ions will be there? 2. So what number you will have to write? You have to write the number 2. That means the acidity of that base is 2. Next is BaOH twice, again number 2. AlOH thrice, okay, OH in brackets and the number 3. So how many ion OH minus ions? 3. So the acidity is 3. FeOH thrice, it is 3, and NH4OH, it is 1. You may put the numbers first, then study about these properties. So what do you mean by basicity of an acid? The number of H plus ions obtainable by the dissociation of one molecule of an acid is called its basicity. The definition is asked. Okay, definitions are asked. Acidity of bases. The number of OH minus ions obtainable by the dissociation of one molecule of base is called its acidity. So you have to remember that for acids it is having basicity and for bases it is acidity. Okay, now the next topic is use your brain power question on page number 62. First, refer to the table on page number 61 and give examples of monobasic, dibasic and tribasic acids. Okay, so monobasic means it is having basicity 1, dibasic means it is having basicity 2, tribasic means it is having basicity 3. Similarly, monoacidic means it is having acidity 1, diacidic means it is having acidity 2, and triacidic means it is having acidity 3. So here I have given the examples of monobasic. It is hydrochloric acid and nitric acid. Dibasic, sulfuric acid, carbonic acid. Tribasic, phosphoric acid, boric acid. Monoacidic, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. Diacidic, calcium hydroxide, barium hydroxide. Triacidic, aluminium hydroxide, iron hydroxide or ferric hydroxide. Okay, these are the examples. These you may learn. So today what did we learn? We learned about 3 types of compounds: acid, bases and salts. Then about ionic compounds, the definition of acid, definition of base, classification of acids and bases, basicity and acidity. These topics are very important in chemistry. You could be asked 2-mark questions from these parts. You may read the chapter and if you are having any doubt you may ask. Okay, thank you.